What if I told you that in the next 5 minutes, you could plant the seed for the biggest transformation of your life? Not tomorrow, not next year, not when you finally have time, but right now, before this video even ends. Think about it. All the greatest changes you've ever dreamed of, the confidence you want, the habits you failed to keep, the life you've imagined but never lived, could start with something so small, so simple, that most people will ignore it. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. In this video, we're going to uncover the 5-minute habit that changes you. A daily practice so deceptively simple, you'll wonder why nobody taught it to you earlier. But if you commit to it, it will rewire your mind, reshape your identity, and unlock the doors you didn't even know existed. So, are you ready to discover the one thing that will make the next chapter of your life unrecognizable in the best way possible? Here's the truth. Your brain is a masterpiece, but it's lazy by design. It will always choose the path of least resistance, the one that feels safe, familiar, and effortless. That's why changing your life often feels so hard. But here's the twist. You don't have to fight your brain, you just have to trick it, and it only takes 5 minutes. You see, when you commit to doing something for just 5 minutes, your brain says, okay, that's easy, we can do that. And once you start, momentum takes over. It's called the activation energy principle. The hardest part is starting, not continuing. Think about it. 5 minutes of reading each day turns into finishing dozens of books a year. 5 minutes of stretching turns into a healthier, stronger body. 5 minutes of journaling transforms your clarity and focus. Over time, these micro habits stack up, and they build a version of you that you can barely recognize in the best possible way. And here's the science. Every time you repeat a small, intentional action, you strengthen neural pathways in your brain. It's like carving a trail in a forest. At first, it's overgrown and hard to walk, but with repetition, it becomes a clear, easy path. Soon, your brain craves the habit, and that's when real transformation happens, without relying on motivation or willpower. Here's the truth. Your brain is a masterpiece, but it's lazy by design. It will always choose the path of least resistance, the one that feels safe, familiar, and effortless. That's why changing your life often feels so hard. But here's the twist. You don't have to fight your brain, you just have to trick it, and it only takes 5 minutes. You see, when you commit to doing something for just 5 minutes, your brain says, okay, that's easy, we can do that. And once you start, momentum takes over. It's called the activation energy principle. The hardest part is starting, not continuing. Think about it. 5 minutes of reading each day turns into finishing dozens of books a year. 5 minutes of stretching turns into a healthier, stronger body. 5 minutes of journaling transforms your clarity and focus. Over time, these micro habits stack up, and they build a version of you that you can barely recognize in the best possible way. And here's the science. Every time you repeat a small, intentional action, you strengthen neural pathways in your brain. It's like carving a trail in a forest. At first, it's overgrown and hard to walk, but with repetition, it becomes a clear, easy path. Soon, your brain craves the habit, and that's when real transformation happens, without relying on motivation or willpower. Let me tell you about Sarah, a young woman who once felt completely stuck. She worked a job she didn't love, had no time for herself, and every goal felt too far away to even try. Then she stumbled upon one simple idea: commit to just 5 minutes a day for herself, no matter what. At first, it was journaling. Every morning, before checking her phone, she wrote down 3 thoughts: what she was grateful for, what she wanted to achieve, and one small action she could take. 5 minutes. That's all. The first week, nothing much changed. But after a month, she noticed something strange. Her mind felt clearer. She started making better decisions. She felt lighter. That tiny ritual became her anchor, and soon she added another 5-minute habit, reading a few pages of a book that inspired her. Within a year, she had read over 20 books, started a side business, and eventually quit her job to pursue her passion. And it all began with just 5 minutes. Sarah's story isn't magic, it's proof. 5 minutes a day won't change your life overnight, but it will change your direction instantly. And when you change your direction, you change your destination. So, how can you start your own 5-minute habit today? Here's the simple formula I call the 5M shift, because it shifts your mindset, your focus, and eventually, your life. 1. Pick one area to improve. Don't try to fix everything at once. Choose one thing that matters to you the most right now. Maybe it's your health, your career, your mindset, or your relationships. 2. Commit to just 5 minutes a day. Not 30 minutes, not an hour, just 5. The key is to make it so small you can't say no. Your brain resists big changes, but welcomes small steps. 3. Make it non-negotiable. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't ask yourself whether you have time, you just do it. Schedule it at the same time every day, and protect that time like your life depends on it, because in a way it does. 4. Track your progress. Every time you complete your 5 minutes, mark it on a calendar. Seeing those check marks stack up will keep you motivated. 5. Stack habits slowly. Once your first habit becomes automatic, add another 5-minute habit. This is how small changes compound into massive transformations. And here's the truth. It's not about the 5 minutes. It's about proving to yourself every single day that you can keep a promise you make to yourself. That's where real self-confidence comes from. If you think 5 minutes can't change much, let me show you 3 stories that prove otherwise. Before he became one of the most recognized actors in the world, Will Smith used a simple rule. If I can't do the whole workout, I'll just do 1 push-up. Most days, that 1 push-up turned into 10, then 20, until training became a habit. His point? Starting is the hardest part, and starting small makes it easier. Billionaire entrepreneur Richard Branson spends just 5 minutes each morning reflecting on one question. What is the most exciting thing I can do today? This short ritual keeps his energy high and helps him approach every day with purpose, a habit that shaped the Virgin Empire. Long before Harry Potter became a phenomenon, J.K. Rowling promised herself she would write for at least 5 minutes a day, no matter how busy or tired she felt. Some days she wrote a paragraph, others several pages. Those tiny increments built the 7-book saga loved by millions. These are not superhuman people. They just understood one truth. You don't need to change your whole life in a day. You only need to do something small, but do it consistently. That's the real magic. All right, you're convinced that 5 minutes can change everything, but how do you make it stick? Here's the simple science-backed way to turn a 5-minute action into a life-changing habit. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one action you can do in under 5 minutes. Something that moves you toward your biggest goal. It could be writing 3 sentences, doing 10 push-ups, reading 1 page of a book, or meditating for a few breaths. Tie your new 5-minute habit to something you already do every day. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will do 10 squats. The brain loves patterns, and linking habits makes them easier to remember. Set yourself up so that doing the habit is easier than skipping it. Lay out your workout clothes the night before, keep your journal on your pillow, or put the book on your coffee table, so it is right in front of you. Humans are wired for progress. Mark an X on the calendar every day you complete your 5 minutes. That growing chain will motivate you not to break it. When you finish, take a moment to smile, say, yes, or give yourself a mental high five. This positive reinforcement rewires your brain to look forward to the habit. Do this for 30 days and watch how 5 minutes turns into 10, then 20, and eventually a lifestyle. Remember, success isn't built in a day. It's built daily, 5 minutes at a time. Let's bring this to life with a real example. Meet Sarah, a busy marketing manager, mother of 2, and someone who believed she had no time for self-improvement. Sarah's days were chaotic. She woke up late, rushed through mornings, skipped breakfast, and collapsed into bed at night feeling like nothing had changed. She dreamed of starting a side business, getting fit, and learning a new language, but the overwhelm kept her frozen. One day, she stumbled upon the 5-minute rule. She decided to start with just 5 minutes each morning to plan her day and 5 minutes in the evening to review it. That's it. No grand plan, no massive time commitment, just 10 minutes total. Within weeks, Sarah noticed her mornings felt calmer. She started adding 5 minutes of exercise, then 5 minutes of Spanish practice. Her confidence grew. Her side business idea started taking shape, and she realized something powerful. The change wasn't about finding more time. It was about using the time she already had. Sarah's story isn't unique. Anyone can do this. You might not start a business or master a language in 30 days, but you will feel more in control, more motivated, and more alive. And that's the real win. Now, let us take the 5-minute principle and plug it into the 3 areas that will transform your life the fastest: your mind, your body, and your future. Every morning, spend 5 minutes writing down 3 things you're grateful for and 1 goal for the day. Gratitude shifts your brain's focus from scarcity to abundance. The daily goal gives you clarity. Together, they reprogram your mind for success. Think 5 minutes isn't enough for exercise? Try a quick set of push-ups, squats, and stretches. Or take a brisk walk around the block. You'll be surprised how fast your heart rate rises, how your blood starts flowing, and how your mood instantly lifts. Pick a dream project. Starting a business, learning a skill, writing a book. Every day, spend 5 minutes moving it forward. Research an idea, write a paragraph, learn a new phrase. Over a year, those micro-actions compound into massive results. Mind, body, future, 5 minutes each. That's just 15 minutes a day, the time most people spend scrolling social media, yet it can completely rewrite your story. You might be wondering, why 5 minutes? Why not 30? Why not an hour? The truth is, your brain loves small wins, and 5 minutes is short enough to beat procrastination, but long enough to spark momentum. Every time you complete a small task, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This not only makes you feel accomplished, but also motivates you to keep going. It's why a quick win can snowball into a productive day. Physics tells us that objects in motion tend to stay in motion. The same is true for human behavior. 5 minutes of action lowers the mental barrier to doing more. Once you start, it's easier to keep going than to stop. According to behavioral psychology, habits are built through cues, routines, and rewards. By dedicating just 5 minutes to a task daily, you're installing a cue and a routine that, over time, becomes automatic. Willpower is like a battery. The longer you resist doing something, the more power it drains. 5 minutes lets you act before your brain talks you out of it, preserving willpower for bigger challenges. So the magic of 5 minutes isn't in the time itself. It's in how it tricks your brain into action, builds habits, and fuels momentum, all without overwhelming you. 5 minutes. That's all it takes to open the door to a new version of yourself. Imagine what your life could look like if you started right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. You've got the time. The only question is, will you use it? If this video lit a spark in you, don't let it fade. Hit the like button so YouTube knows you want more content like this. Subscribe, because every week I share powerful insights to help you grow one small step at a time. And turn on notifications so you never miss the next big change waiting for you. Your future self is watching. Make them proud in just 5 minutes.